Hallo Leute, willkommen zur heutigen Lektion and we shall be looking at Lektion 29, whereby we shall be looking at accusative, that is accusative case. And I'll start by saying that in this lesson, we shall be learning about the accusative case in German, in brackets, accusative. And the first question which we need to ask ourselves is, was ist accusative? What is the accusative case? The accusative is used for the direct object of a sentence. The accusative is used for the direct object of a sentence, and the direct object can either be a person or a thing. The direct object can either be a person or a thing. Accusative answers the question when, which means whom, and also it answers the question was, which means what. Also, as part of our introduction in accusative case, we also have some prepositions that always take the accusative. That is prepositionen mit Akkusativ. And the following preposition are always followed by the accusative. And the first one is für, which means for. Bis, which can mean until or to. We have ohne, which means without. Which means around or at when it comes to time. Then we have durch, which means through. We have gegen, which means against or around. Then we have entlang, which means along. So these are some of the positions that will always take the accusative case. And when you see this preposition, you know that automatically that is an accusative sentence. Accusative also expresses time. That's why I've written accusative for time expression. And the accusative is also used in many expression of time. So in short, accusative can also used to express time, and have some examples. That is Beispiele. We have jeden Tag, which means every day. We have jeden Morgen, which means every morning. As you can see, jeden means every, Tag is day, jeden every, Morgen is morning. So that's we have jeden Tag every day, jeden Morgen every morning, jeden Sommer every summer, diesen Winter, this winter, then ganzen Abend, which means the whole evening. So in short, accusative is used to express time. As you can recall, when we were doing a nominative case, remember there was some specific verben that they were going with nominative case, like sein. We also had würden, we also had bleiben, and we also had heißen. Those were some of the verben that were used in nominative. Also, when it comes to accusative case, we also have those verbs that goes with accusative. Verben mit Accusative. The following verbs are commonly followed by an accusative object. We have möchten, which means would like. We have haben, which means to have. We have essen, which means to eat. We have lesen, which means to read. We have kaufen, which means to buy. We have trinken, which means to drink. We have nehmen, which means to take. We also have finden, which means to find. We have suchen, which means to look for. We have besuchen, which means to visit. And the last one we have bestellen, which means to order. Those are some of the verbs that goes with an accusative object. So when you see these verbs, you know that the object that follows must be in accusative. Now, I want us to go ahead and look at bestimmte article. Remember, those are their Adidas and their definite articles in English. And we shall be looking them in nominative and also in accusative case. When it comes to masculine, nominative, it's there. But when it comes to accusative, it will change from there to den. So we have in nominative we have there. When it comes to accusative we have then. Feminine, it is always D when in nominative, but when it comes to accusative, it will still remain D, to be D. Now, when we come to neutrum, the bestinter article is das, and also when it comes to accusative, it will still remain to be the same, and it will be just das. When it comes to plural, it will in nominative it will be D, and also the same when it comes to accusative. So bestinter article, it only change in masculine, whereby it changes from there to den. The others remain the same in both nominative and in accusative. So in masculine, it's the only one that change from there to den. After bestimmte Artikel, what follows is unbestimmte Artikel, that are our indefinite articles. Remember, we have ein, eine, ein, and in plural we have nothing. So in masculine, when it comes to nominative, it will be ein, and in masculine, when it comes to accusative, it will change to einen. So we'll just go ahead and add en. When it comes to feminine, it is going to remain the same like in nominative and accusative. So we'll be having eine, eine. Also in neutrum, it will just remain the same in both nominative and accusative. So we have ein and ein. In plural, remember, when it comes to unbestimmte article, we don't have plural. So what changes? It's only in masculine, whereby in nominative it will be ein, but when it comes to accusative, it will change to be einen. The others, they are going to remain the same. Negative article is our next thing which I want us to go ahead and look at. In masculine, nominative it will be kein, but when it comes to accusative it will change to be keinen. So we'll just go ahead and add en. In feminine, it will be keine, and also in accusative it won't change, it will still remain to be keine. In neutrum, it will be kein in nominative, and also in accusative it will still remain to be kein. In plural, it will be keine, that is in nominative, and also in accusative it is going to remain to be keine. So also in this case, it is only in masculine that changes from kein to keine. The others remain to be the same, both in nominative and in accusative. Now, let us go ahead and look at possessive article in accusative. So, ich in masculine it will be meinen, ich in feminine it will be meine, ich in neutrum it will be mein, ich in plural it will be meine. So in masculine, remember, it is the one which is only changing. So the rest, they are going to remain the same. Also when we come to do, so in masculine it will change from deine to deinen. Then feminine it will be deine, neutrum dein, plural deine. Here, it will change, in masculine it will change from seine to seinen. Then feminine is going to remain to be seine, neutrum sein, plural seine. Z, that is she. When it comes to masculine, it will change from ihre to ihren. Feminine is going to remain to be ihre, neutrum ihr, plural ihre. Now, when it comes to S, it is going to change from seine to seinen. Feminine is going to remain to be seine, neutrum sein, plural seine. Wir, it's also going to change from unsere to unseren. Then in feminine, going to remain to be unsere. Neutrum, it will going to be unser, and plural, it is going to be unsere. Now, when it comes to ihr, it is going to change from euer to euren. Feminine is going to remain to be euer, euer, eure. Also, when it comes to zz, it's going to change from ihre to ihren. Then in feminine, it's going to remain the same to be ihre, ihr, ihre. So it's only in masculine that is changing. The rest, they remain the same. Now, I want us to go ahead and look at personal pronomen, both in nominative and in accusative. So in nominative, ich, In accusative, it will be mish, do, it will be dish, air, it will be in, z, it is still going to remain to be z, s, it will be s, via, it will be uns, then we have ear, it will be oish, z, it will still remain to be z, and also z, which means they, are still going to remains to be z. Having looked at that, I want us to go ahead and look at Beispiele im Satz. Beispiel Nummer 1. Sie haben einen Bruder. Sie haben einen Bruder. So, einen Bruder is our accusative. Remember, sie is our nominative. Beispiel Nummer 2. Hat einen Hund. Hat einen Hund. Is our subject, that is our nominative. And einen Hund is our accusative because it is our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 3. Sie laufen durch den Park. Sie laufen durch den Park. Remember, sie is our nominative because it's our subject. Durch, remember, is a preposition that goes with accusative. Then den Park is our accusative object. Why? Because of the preposition durch. Because durch is a preposition mit accusative. Beispiel Nummer 4. Meine Eltern lieben mich. Meine Eltern lieben mich. So meinen Eltern, that's our nominative. Mich is our accusative. Remember, mich is a personal pronoun of ich. Because ich in nominative and in accusative it becomes mich. That's why we have mich as our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 5. Wir hören die Musik. Wir hören die Musik. Wir is our nominative because it's our subject. Die Musik is our accusative object. Now we have Beispiel Nummer 6. Ich lese das Buch. Ich is our nominative and das Buch is our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 7. Sie kauft einen Computer. Sie kauft einen Computer. Sie is our subject that's becoming our nominative. Einen Computer is our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 8. Sucht seine Schlüssel. Sucht seine Schlüssel. Is our nominative. Seine Schlüssel is our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 9. Wir bestellen eine Pizza. So, wir bestellen eine Pizza. Remember bestellen, it's a verb that is used with accusative. And wir is our nominative because it's our subject. And since we have this as our verb, so eine Pizza is our accusative object because this verb is followed by an accusative object. That's why we say eine Pizza is our accusative object. Beispiel Nummer 10. Ich trinke einen Kaffee. Ich trinke einen Kaffee. Ich is our subject, thus becoming our nominative. Einen Kaffee is our accusative. And why is our accusative? Because remember, trinken, it's a verb mit preposition. Mit accusative. And that's why we have einen Kaffee being accusative. Ich trinke einen Kaffee. Ich is our nominative because it's our subject. Einen Kaffee is our accusative object. Now, having done that, that marks the end of this lection, and that's all on our accusative case. And this is much complicated than when you compare it to nominative case. This is much detailed. So I expect you to practice more on this, because in the next lesson we shall be looking at dative case. And because you understood nominative case, now it's up to you, you understand accusative case, because dative case is going to be built on what you have studied in nominative case and also in what we have just looked at, that is accusative case. Now, having said that, that marks the end of this lection. And also don't forget to support this YouTube channel by subscribing, like the content, and also the share the content widely. So that's all for this lesson. Let us meet in our next lection. Tschüss, bis bald, bis morgen.